You don't have to spend so much to look so much. Take it from me, okay? You do not have to. If you have it, you have it. Yeah. Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If it's the first time you're seeing this beautiful face, please don't make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button and liking this video if you end up enjoying it. And if you're not, hi guys, I'm back. Oh, okay, first things first guys, I just want to thank every single one of you for 18,000 subscribers. Honestly, I actually haven't taken the time to think about what is happening. I haven't. I don't know if it's out of fear or I've just been overwhelmed and busy with lots of other things, but whenever I go there and I refresh and I'm like, well, what is good? You know what? I'm going to make, you guys let me know if you want me to make another video all about what happened and, you know, the growth, and just let me know and I'll make a separate video for that. But thank you guys so much. I also want to welcome all our new subbies, all our new family members. Hi, I hope you enjoy your stay at the farm and please make it permanent. So yeah, let's just move over to the topic of today. So guys, in this topic, I am going to talk about how to look expensive and how to look expensive on a budget and also be taken seriously in your 20s. Now, this is feeding back of the last video I did on how to level up, which a lot of you guys liked. You know what, I'm going to just make that video separate, don't worry. But I'll give that topic its own video. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it on the screen. So I was talking about different points in terms of investing in yourself and all that. So I kind of want to make this 20s video like its own playlist and just break down majority of the things I talked about. So in this video, I just want to be focusing on, you know, appearance wise and certain things you can do and not do to make yourself look more expensive and be taken more seriously in this world, because we're still in our 20s, we're still setting life. We're kind of confused, but you don't have to let everybody know or make it obvious that you are confused. And if you follow these tips of mine, yeah, we're gonna finesse our way to the top, okay? All right guys, so the first tip I have for looking expensive on a budget and being taken seriously is confidence. Guys, you need to be confident. You need to be confident in yourself. You need to be confident in your craft. And confidence doesn't necessarily mean that you're so sure of what you're doing. Sometimes you have to fake it. I'm telling you guys, sometimes you have to fake it to be accepted. There was this tip that someone was giving, like when you were applying for a job and you see the skills required, sometimes even when you don't have those skills, still apply. You know, that takes a level of confidence, because it's just like you can learn on the job. At the end of the day, they're still going to teach you, no, or they're going to put you through in some way. So if you're sharp and smart enough, you can always learn and go on. But if you're like, oh no, I don't have this, I won't even bother to apply, how is that even better? You know, so it's the same thing applies. I always like starting off with the foundation when it comes to my point. I think confidence is the foundation to everything. If you apply all these other tips and you're not confident, people are going to see right through you because you're not owning it. You're like imposter syndrome. So even if you kind of look the part, when people talk to you, they're like, did she like miss her direction? Why is she not sure of herself? Maybe if you're not confident in yourself, why do you think someone else will be confident in you? Guys, please just forget how my hand of the dress was. I don't know what I was trying to do fashionista and it was clearly not working. So just see that. So yeah, so I was saying it might be a job, it might be you're looking for a loan or investment, or you're going to a particular family member or a friend. If you're not confident or you want to start a business, you're saying that, oh, it might not work, but we'll see, with someone else's money. Who's going to invest in your car? You have to own it. You know, you have to sell yourself, literally. Even when you don't even feel as confident, you have to put that front, because that's how it is in the business world, okay? So guys, if you're not the most confident person, I would highly suggest that you work on it. There's so many videos on YouTube on how to improve your confidence. There's so many TED Talks on it. I've been on a TED Talk rampage this past 2 weeks because I was not really focused, but TED Talks are usually like free therapy. So I would highly suggest try TED Talks, improving confidence, or just type in that there's so many videos online where you can see your problem and know how you can fix it in the long run, okay? Okay guys, so another tip is having manners. Yes, I know most of the videos you see, they're usually talking about clothing, which I will still come into, but I'm mentioning things that give subtle hues that you're faking it. So example, you can come in and let's say you're wearing like from head to toe, it's all designers, but you have no manners. To me, I'm just like, to me, I just like, oh, this is definitely like a facade. Like she doesn't belong here, but she's trying to overcompensate. Because having manners, I just feel like a basic prerequisite to anybody that is trying to be taken seriously or is trying to portray that they come from a certain class or they belong where they are. Most people that are very rude or can't speak are people I feel like were not trained, and people who are not usually trained and don't know better didn't come from very good backgrounds, and most of the time, not all, they are not from affluent backgrounds. I'm not coming from anybody, but I'm just being as plain as possible. So like, let's say you go into a restaurant, you're being mean to the waiter for no just reason. You just want to form that, oh, they're beneath me. No matter how you look, people are just going to be like, yeah, this is all a facade. She's definitely not as put together as she portrays. Yeah, maybe she smells good, she dresses well, but she doesn't have manners. She can't talk. You can't talk to somebody. You're very disrespectful. Like, all these sort of things are just ways you give away yourself. So really focus on your manners. Apart from even talking like table manners, just all these things are online. Literally, I keep saying Google is free. Okay, you guys actually like it. So Google is always, I hope always and forever be free, because it has helped my life. So even if you didn't come from that background, but you're trying, you know where you want to go, you know your destination you're going for, you have to, like I always say, look the part, act the part, what's the word, and know the part. So you educate yourself in, okay, let's say you want to be working inside of a firm and they have like dinners. Do you know how to use all the fork and knives? All these type of things, people take note of it. And as I said, I'm trying to combine both looking confident and being taken seriously, because to me, I think they go hand in hand, especially in our 20s, early 20s, late, even as I think, no, even beyond 20s, but obviously in this video, I'm focusing on 20s in particular. So it really does help. So you guys go back, sharpen your manners. If you think that there's a way you talk that's not nice, let's say when you're chewing gum, when you're out, you forget yourself, all these type of things matter. So being on top of your game in terms of manners, you are aware of your environment, you know what you should and should not do, because sometimes you do this thing because you actually don't know that is wrong. Do you understand? So it's always good to educate yourself in all these type of things. All right guys, another tip I'll give in how to look expensive on a budget and be taken seriously is how you smell. I have a dedicated video on my perfume collection, and I really go in depth on how like your scent really does go before you in terms of creating a good impression. I feel like you should definitely invest in your perfume. It doesn't have to be expensive. Something that you should know, I always say in these type of videos, is you don't have to spend so much to look so much. You really don't. It's just about doing your research. Something doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars before you can admit that it smells good or it smells rich. But if you're like that, if you're serious enough, you look for the places. I mentioned some affordable options and places where you can get some affordable perfumes. I mentioned Zara, I mentioned Miniso in Nigeria if you're based in Nigeria. So yeah, I think your scents are very, very important. I just feel like whenever I dress up, no matter what I'm wearing, and there's nothing I feel naked, like you can't smell anything. Like I think your perfume is just like the covering of everything. Like yes, this is the perfect package, you know. So when you're dressing well, but there's no, you don't necessarily have to smell bad, but like there's nothing, you don't smell of anything. And when you smell of anything, let's say you now like start sweating or something, whatever you are doing, that your body just takes up that scent and throws it out there. So it's really, really important, you know, apart from even perfumes, deodorant, guys. Please. I feel like body odor should be a crime that you can go to jail for, because that's just not nice. Body odor and mouth odor, not good. Carry gum when you're going out, because even if you brush, guess what, if your mouth has been closed for a particular amount of time and you open it, brush where? So you know, mints help. Gum, taking gum, but also be very aware when you're chewing the gum. Be very aware of that as well. And yeah, I really do think that your scent makes it can help in making you look more expensive, or especially a good scent. I told you perfume oils that they literally replica of designer perfumes, and someone would think you spent thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, you didn't even spend up to 1,000 naira. So like I said, always do your research if you're serious enough about something. Now guys, moving over to clothes. I'm going to sound a bit biased, but that because this is low-key my personal style, but I feel that wearing more neutral clothes as opposed to really loud or pattern clothes really does help in making you look more put together and presentable. If your style is loud, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just trying to say that I feel like wearing understated clothes or muted clothes, especially in a professional work setting, gives more of a rich vibe, a rich put together vibe, and it also screams confidence. Even if you're actually going to go for something colorful, I would say keep it solid. So let's say it be one color, don't make it like so much here, flowers here. I just feel like in terms of looking expensive or something that will show that you put more effort when you really did it, I would say really stick to solid colors. Another tip is, I'll say black. Wearing all black, I think black is the easiest way to come off as serious, expensive, confident, because black is just that color. Black is that B. Like, you can never go wrong with black. So black dresses, black silk top, black pants, you can never go wrong with that. And another thing is that the color black hides the quality of fabric. So let's say something is cheap now, like a black leather trouser, because it's black compared to if it was pink, it will look richer if it was black, because the material might look more expensive than it actually really was when you're just going from digital thing. Meanwhile, it might be looking like, oh, this is like pure premium leather, as opposed to, let's say you wear it in pink, you can really see the stitching, you can really see the fabric of it. So black really does hide in terms of quality of your clothing and just makes you look more put together and polished. Aside from black, there are also whites, neutrals, grays. I just feel like toned down colors give more of a polished, take me serious vibe. Also, speaking of appearance, I want to talk about our hair. Guys, again, like I said, I added being taken seriously. Girl, I am not going to take you seriously if you're talking to me and your hair is all over the place. I'm not talking about, obviously I am on natural hair, you can have your afro, but again, the same vibe. I feel muted hairstyles. I'm not talking about natural hair. You can rock your natural hair, but I think there's a difference between your hair looks scattered than like when it's in an afro. An afro is beautiful, love your hair, that's your natural hair, rock it. I'm just talking about when the hair just doesn't scream professionalism. I know that we're in a time and age where like everybody wants to, be free and it's liberty, but my argument is, if you're looking for something from somebody, you have to play by their own rules. Do you understand? So if you're looking for like a loan, for example, from a bank, as stupid as you might think it is, if they say they don't like from your hair, let's say you're a guy and you have like dreads or you have tattoos, I know that it shouldn't matter, but I'm just saying, in a situation where you can just tone it down to get what you want, and after getting what you want, you're back to how you are. I just feel like it's a smarter way than trying to be stubborn and say, no, take me as I am. That's not how real life is, and it's honestly what scares me about, Gen Z. I'm in between Gen Z and being a millennial, so leave me alone. But I feel like there's this thing where they want everybody accepting you, and no matter how you feel about it. I just feel like that's not real life. Like, real life is people are not going to like what you say, no matter how right you think you are. Especially if you're coming to them for something, you have to play by their own rules. And I just feel like there's a smarter way. Like, I'm a big believer in work smart, not hard. So if I know, I do makeup, and let's say I want to go and get something from this woman, I know that she hates makeup, I am not going to go to her like this. Is there anything wrong with this? I don't think there's anything wrong with this. But if I know that she's going to have a problem with it, why would I be stubborn and go when I am the one that needs something from her? She doesn't need anything from me. I am the one that needs something from her. So I just think it's something we should apply. So if you're applying to a job and you have, what they, I think you should know, because you should have already done your research. So I just feel like you know what they want. Just play by their rules. I feel, again, nails, same thing applies. Just feel like if you stand to gain something, just do what they want. for that time period, get what you want, and go back to rocking your dreads, your tats, your long Cardi B nails. But instead of looking more expensive, I would say like all those really, really long extra nails, I find them quite tacky. But do you, sis? But personally, I find them quite tacky. It doesn't have to be that long. It can be long, but I'll also now advise that if it has to be long, just kind of keep the colors a bit more muted as well. Like I'm trying to say, how to look more expensive. I feel that gives up more of an affluence vibe, more of like a put together vibe, as opposed to tacky and a bit ratchet. Okay. One of my final tips also that I think people overlook is getting clothes that are your size. So that's like getting your clothes tailored, and then always ironing your clothes. I feel you guys don't know, your outfit can be fire, but if they are creased, it's not ironed. To me, I just feel like, did you rush out? Did you not take your time? So all this thing about looking expensive and taking serious is also a summary of how to look polished, and how to look clean and presentable. So I feel like people overlook, especially because I don't know, a lot of people actually don't like ironing their clothes. I personally like ironing, but other people don't like ironing. Me, I like ironing, but if you don't, you can also get a steamer. But I really do think that if you see your clothes and you're like, it can be iron it really does make a difference when your clothes are ironed as opposed to when they're creased. I know most people won't iron unless it's really, really so bad, but if you know that this is line, let me just do it, especially when you're going for something important, take out the time and iron that. Another point is getting your clothes tailored. When your clothes actually fit, you look more expensive, and then the clothes look like they're made of more quality. They're supposed to be everything so big. I'm not talking about clothes that are specifically made oversized, but let's say you have a skirt and that the waist is big. If you wear it, you will be looking as sharp as you would if you had just like taken out the time to trim down the waist, so it's like it cinches in, it flatters you, wear it up, that all these things, all these subtle things, they actually make a big difference. But you don't know, you might think, it's not about, let me just have clothes. If you are not applying these things when you have, it's going to be the same thing. I know people who have tons of clothes, but to me, I'm just like, I'm not like, God, can we just exchange wardrobe? Let me really do something. Do you understand? I feel that way sometimes, So yeah, guys, I think these are my tips on how to look expensive. As you notice, I didn't mention anything about designers, because honestly, having designer items doesn't equate to being doesn't equate to class, or doesn't equate to being expensive. In my humble opinion, if you're not careful, designer items can make you look very, very tacky, especially when you're intentionally trying to show out and say, this, that. If you have a nice bag and you're showing it, that's cool. You bought that bag, it's your money. But I'm talking about those people who, they now just look tacky, and it's so obvious that they're trying to impress when it's just not that deep. Honestly, I would rather buy a Zara bag, no embellishments, nothing, as opposed to buying a fake Gucci bag or fake Dolce & Gabbana. I didn't say Dolce, one Dolce, because they always have the double C's. To me, I just feel like, sis, you could have, and sometimes even those fake bags, doesn't mean that they were cheap. They were probably almost, if not the same price as the original. I'm talking about those ones that people really put. I'm not talking about ones that you can get for like 2K. I'm talking about some people actually would just like, let's say this bag is like $5,000. Someone can now say, I don't have $5,000, but I have $1,000. Let me just buy the fake replica. To me, I'd rather just use that money and go and buy Zara. Because like, it's just like, why? Do you understand? So, and I just feel like it's just that whole pressure to belong. And honestly, guys, designer items, they do not equate class. Literally, I've never really actually been a designer person. Just if I see something like, oh my god, this is cute, but like, honestly, if you put like a Zara item and a designer item, and I prefer or think Zara item is finer, I'll actually go for the Zara item. It's not that deep. And honestly, having this notion also shows that you are confident and you are content with how you are, which also really does push that you are expensive. I've seen people who are dressed in all things Zara or even Okrika, and they look more put together and they look more expensive than someone that is decked head to toe in designer items. So don't pressure yourself. Like, it's so unnecessary. Just be content and work with what you have. Like I always say, you don't have to spend so much to look so much. Take it from me, okay? You do not have to. If you have it, you have it. If you're a stylish person, if you know how to do it, you can do it for less, and you can even make that into a career and help others do that. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thank you guys so much for 18,000 subs. right now it's 18,000 subs. I'm so excited, guys, and I'm sorry I've been slacking a bit. It's really been annoying me, but I'm trying to put one or two things together. But I think I'm back on my game right now. So yes, please, if you're still here, please subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.